Good morning, Bryte Church. We're on our fourth devotion going through the woes and the beatitudes in Matthew and their parallel passages in Isaiah. Today's message is titled Obvious Righteousness versus Hidden Evil, and we'll read from Matthew 5:6. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be satisfied. Matthew 23:16. Woe to you blind guides who say, whoever swears by the temple, that is nothing, but whoever swears by the gold of the temple is obligated. Isaiah 5:20. Woe to those who call evil good and good evil, who put darkness for light and light for darkness, who put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. There have been several times in the past few months where I've directly and plainly asked people who I both care about and who care deeply about me, do you want me to give you the full truth, or do you want me to give you the softened truth? The truth that's not completely full. And surprisingly, and perhaps not, they've always answered, I want the full truth. I want to know exactly what it is you feel, and I want you to express it exactly the way that you feel it. Despite it being harsh and biting at times, they prefer obvious truth, the whole truth as it is presented without any softening. Despite God knowing our inner workings, his preference has been the same as my friends, as those people that I'm close to. He wants the unfiltered, the unmassaged, the unsoftened truth. And we assume that the reason why we speak truth to God is so that he will know what we actually think. And if you think that way, you're wrong. God knows exactly what you think. He has the raw truth in front of him because he knows your heart. He knows your mind. The reason why he tells us to speak truth to him is so that we would hear the truth. That we wouldn't lie to God, in a sense, and live out that lie in our lives. By saying something that's not true, we then live out what is not true. We say that I'm not afraid, yet we are. We say I don't doubt, yet we do. And we begin to believe that. We begin to believe that we are not doubting, that we're not afraid, that we're not in a place of discomfort. And so we start living it out. The calling of Jesus always calls us to live out righteousness, that by it we might be satisfied. Those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, they will be satisfied. They will find an answer. They will find truth. Yet those who find ways to hide evil, like the Pharisees did, to hide even in their promises evil. In Isaiah, those who call good evil and evil good, their comfort, their peace will never come. But sometimes we get to the point where righteousness and truth, they do become painful. And that's the point where we start to distance ourselves, right? We want to live out and live in a hunger and a thirst for righteousness. But when we get a taste of it, it is too bitter, and we want to distance ourselves a little bit from it. We don't want to be so close to it. We don't desire it, but we start to hate it. The way we stop hungering and thirsting for righteousness is when that righteousness shows us the hidden evil. When that righteousness, it cuts deep. And it reveals to us the things that maybe we haven't fully acknowledged, fully revealed. So let us strive for that righteousness, for that hunger and for that thirst, that we might not become blind to what lies within us, that we might be truthful to God so we do not live a life of lies that we ourselves tell. Amen, and God bless.